We are on unboxing number 3 of like 5 from my Barcelona/Paris trip. If you haven't seen those vlogs and the unboxings so far, go check that out. I create a playlist for you so you can easily access it. There are a lot of questions, follow-up questions, but I wanted to do a separate unboxing for kind of the miscellaneous, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. There will be another Goyard as well as Hermes unboxings coming up, so you don't want to miss that. Today we're going to go over Loewe, Polène, there is a bag from Polène, Sézane, and Dior. So kind of just hodgepodge as opposed to one single brand. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. Let's start with Sézane first. So I've never bought anything from Sézane before. I've visited their stores in Bon Marché, but I've never been to the actual store itself. It's really pretty in there. It's a madhouse. Again, I did cover that in my vlog from previous videos. If you wanna go check that out. I know it's all the rage. There's so many YouTubers out there that actually started their channel and focuses on Sézane. I'm personally, got interested of Sézane because of their handbags. And I wanna say I am completely disappointed. It's just not something I would recommend. Previously and now I've heard stories about Sézane's accessories and leather goods just going down the crapper. So I would highly recommend staying away from their leather goods. However, when it comes to their clothing, I was actually pleasantly surprised. There's still some comments about how their quality has dropped as their popularity grew. I'll leave that up to you, but in my experience of the 2 pieces that I purchased, I think they're pretty fantastic. It's obviously much more worth it for you to purchase in Paris because of the VAT refund, and the pricing is just much better. And here in the United States, Sézane has been doing a lot of pop-ups throughout Nashville, Chicago, Seattle. So if you have an opportunity to go check out their stuff, definitely do so before ordering online, because 1, I heard it takes forever, and 2, the return policy is a little bit more of a hassle or tedious for you to deal with. The first piece that caught my attention is this sweater. I don't know what it's called, so I'll pop a screenshot on the screen here, but I saw this in store and immediately I was drawn to it, especially now that we're heading into the fall season. Here in Nashville, it doesn't get super cold, so this is perfect for the transitional and going into the winter. The material is extremely soft and it's pretty substantial. I wanna say this was about 180 euros, maybe more, a little bit more or less. And again, learning from my friend who's a little bit more spendy when it comes to clothing as opposed to accessories, she basically immediately always say, based on the price, we should look at the composite of the materials. Let's not spend so much money on synthetic materials. I think her rule of thumb was like 60 or 70% that is natural material. If for the price that it is, then it's completely worth it. If it's like 50% nylon or 50% polyester and they're charging the 150 plus euros, she's like, I wouldn't pay that kind of money. In this particular case, this is about 34% in kid mohair, I guess baby goats, 34% wool, and then 27% polyamide, and then elastane for the rest of it. So it just gives you that stretchy material and it makes it a little bit more comfortable. This is incredibly soft. It is not scratchy. It is not itchy. And I've worn this already. I think this is the perfect piece to kind of just layer over like a skinny dress or a bodycon dress that's black, turtleneck or high neck like the tank top I'm wearing right now. So I think this is very versatile and it is actually pretty warm because I did wear this while I was in Paris on a chillier night. And then by like an hour later, I was like, oh my God, it's too hot. I need to peel this off. Moving on to the next piece, you did see the unboxing. My friend bought the same one in a different color, and this is their most popular sweater. The material is nice, but I wanna say the green one has much better material. It's much softer, but if you want a classic piece that is an iconic one from Sézane, this is the Gaspard, I wanna say. Definitely worth it in my opinion, just because it's so versatile. You can wear it this side or wear it as this side on the front, so it gives you 2 different looks all in one sweater. So definitely worth the money if you are interested in trying this piece out. Moving on to 2 small accessory items that I did pick up. This one was on my way out from the airport. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then this one was at the Loewe flagship in Barcelona. Again, check out that vlog if you haven't done so. It is beautiful inside. There's Picasso pieces in there, so definitely go take a look at that. And if you are in Barcelona, do not miss out. It is so pretty. Even if you're not going to buy anything, at least just visit. So This piece I've been talking about for so many years and I just can't justify the price of it, but I buckled and decided to just purchase it. I did have to ask for it instead of me blabbing on and on. And for those of you who have been with me for a while, you're gonna be like, of course, you should have gotten this years ago. However, I was able to pick up, and you know I'm also not a bag charm person. Yes, this is a bag charm, but I just had to do it. I don't know why I'm justifying it to you for this purchase. I have to justify it to myself. And when my boyfriend saw it, he's like, I can't believe you spent that money on this. I had to get the corgi bag charm from Loewe because it is just so adorable. Archie, do not eat that. Leave that alone. They didn't have this out. They had a ton of bag charms out on the floor and I did have to ask for it. Who knows if it's true, but the SA did go in the back and said, oh yeah, this is the last one that we have in stock and we don't get these in very often, which, you know, I just, okay, let's take that with a grain of salt. But yes, this was, I bought this full retail price and I got the VAT refund. I did not get a deal on this, in my opinion. Well, I guess if you think about it, compared to the US retail prices, I did get a deal on this. Look at how adorable this is. Of course, if you've seen Q in the background, you know, making a ruckus, this looks very similar to my 14-and-a-half-year-old corgi. So I have to pay a little homage to her by getting this bag charm. For those of you who have been a longtime subscriber, I am not a bag charm person, but I am very happy to be adding this to my collection. And this is more of a sentimental value. And I've seen a lot of corgi charms out there. They're just not, they just don't do it as well as Loewe, and who knows how long they're gonna have this corgi bag charm available. So I had to pick this up. And it came with a really nice dust bag, all of the paperwork. The lady also gave me her business card, so if I ever visit her again, I can definitely work with her. And that's the thing, tip and trick that I'm gonna tell you, and a secret, kind of like a hack, I wanna say. If you go overseas and do shopping, I would always ask for their contact information, especially if you had a pleasant experience. The sales associate that you work with, get their contact information and then add them on WhatsApp because that's usually their main method of communication. So if you ever go to any other locations or you visit them again and they still work there, and chances are they will work there from what I understand and based on experience, you can just ping them and say, hey, I'm coming in XYZ date. And these are the pieces I'm looking for. Can you help me get them ready so that one, it's not, you know, you're not hunting down pieces, and of course they can get them ready for you and you can just walk in. Most of the time, if these stores are popular and there are lines, normally probably not for Loewe, but if there's other stores, which I'll give you tricks and stories later on in other videos, you can just text them, you don't have to wait in line, and they'll just bring you right in. So it's a much more pleasant experience. But I'm so excited to be adding this little corgi charm to my collection after so many years of me just, you know, dilly-dallying, hemming and hawing, like, should I get it, should I not get it? I finally just made the plunge, and of course, the perfect time to do it is at the Loewe flagship store. The piece I picked up from Dior was at the Paris airport on my way out. So I literally made my rounds to every store at the airport because my flight was delayed for 2 hours for who knows what reason. I spent enough time at the lounge, and I was like, I'm done eating, I don't want to sit here any longer. Of course, you're jumping on an 8-hour flight. You want to get some steps in because you're not going to be able to stretch your legs out on the plane, right? So obviously I went spend some money at the Dior store. And of course, Dior, many of you are familiar, their packaging is just next level. Their service is next level compared to, you know, like Louis Vuitton or Hermes. Like Hermes needs to take a page out of Dior's book in terms of packaging because Dior just does it the best. The sales associate I was working with was new, and then of course the district manager or the store manager swooped in and started like, you know, bombarding me with a bunch of like comments, questions. We've had a new launch, do you want to try it out? I'm like, all right, calm down. Let's relax a little bit here. But we had a really nice conversation, and I decided to pick up a Twilly just because I've always wanted a Dior Twilly, but I've never made the plunge, just because I've been enamored by Hermes's Twilly. But honestly, Dior's Twilly is actually really pretty. This particular Twilly, which is much longer, so I can wear it as a headband. 100% silk, and I love how there is the floral design on one side, and then on the other side, you'll see the Zodiac and the Christian Dior logo right there. two different kind of styles that you can, you know, flip back and forth. Again, you can wear it as a hair tie, you can wear it as a necktie. You obviously can wear it as a handbag twilly. So I thought this was a very versatile piece. And the nice thing about buying something from the airport is that you don't have to go through the tax refund. Everything is already priced at the duty free. And of course, the hack I just talked about with Loewe is definitely, if you know you're going through the airport and you have things that you want to buy at Dior, what you can do is save your SA's information via WhatsApp, communicate to them that you want XYZ items, and you literally can order anything if it's available. So for me, I was looking at decanters or, you know, homewares. You can tell them ahead of time, they will have it ordered and shipped to their store at the airport, and then you can just purchase it from them. I don't know if they'll take your payment prior to that. That's something I'll have to find out soon, but it's good to know because then that way you don't have to lug it from your hotel to the airport. You can actually just pick it up and it's one less thing. But you do have to just keep in mind, make some room in your luggage, your carry-on, so that you can fit it in there. And this was definitely packaged much nicer. I obviously took it apart to look at it. Dior just comes with the most beautiful packaging. It also came with these little charms. They gave me an extra one in case I wanted to give this as a gift. And you can see it comes with another Dior charm. And to be fair, like, yes, you are paying a premium for the luxurious experience with Hermes, Louis Vuitton, but like this all is completely unnecessary. But if you're paying premium prices, I expect a premium experience, and this is part of that. Having this little customized Dior charm, I think it's super cool. All right, moving on to Polène and the bag that I did pick up. This is the first bag that I picked up on my trip this time around. So I had a really good experience at the Polène store. You walk in, you wait in line, and the SA comes and greets you. Very similar to the other Polène store. This is the one on Champs-Élysées. If I'm saying that horribly wrong, correct me, I know. Very self-aware, I can't pronounce anything French, but the new store is massive. It's not crowded. It is a really nice, beautiful experience. The SA told us all of the flowers in there are changed on a weekly basis, and it's just a beautiful arrangement. So little things like that. And of course, like I said, it's much more spacious for you to kind of not be cramped, and you know, it's like a complete supermarket, right? When I purchased this bag, it was also drizzling, so they put a plastic bag over it, very similar to the Hermes experience, except you're not paying thousands and thousands of dollars. So Polène is definitely picking up that luxurious experience. And if you want to go check out that vlog and see what the new store looks like, I have that video link up above for you. And I've gotten so many questions on this when they saw that vlog. Surprise, surprise, I did pick up the new release. Oh, here's the plastic. The Nodde in the burgundy color. Look at how beautiful this is. And the leather smell, when I opened the bag and undid the dust bag, it just like punches you in the face with the leather smell, which you know I love. Look at how beautiful and sculptural this is. It is in a smooth skin, and I got so many questions. There are 3 nodes out by now, and which one would you recommend? This is a pretty substantial bag, and you can definitely wear it as a shoulder bag. You can see how the strap is adjustable. And then on the bottom, you can see there is a little bit of an interesting design to it where it kind of sticks out. I think it's very similar to the other Node, but there's space right here, space right here. And on the side, you can see the circular D-ring that they have. The hardware is pretty minimal. It's just right here for the strap and then for the zipper. Now the interior is one main open compartment with one pocket, slip pocket on the side. So you can definitely put some, important stuff or little cards in there. And then here's the tag right there. It is suede interior, and it is a lighter color, so you have to be aware of that. It might get things dirty. And of course, it's just such a cool bag because the whole entire thing is pieced together with leather pieces, and obviously it's stitched together. So you can see the holes right here. It is not completely sealed, which you don't have to worry about things falling out or anything because it is stitched together in a way that is really, really secure. However, the one thing I will say that this is a very, very structured bag. So yes, when you open the bag and unzip it and you want to access the bag, you have to pry it open in order for you to grab your things in and out of, which I don't know how that's gonna affect the wear and tear of this bag. You do this often enough. So I am a little hesitant about keeping this bag, which is really funny because I was having a conversation with my friend and she was like, oh, I'm gonna visit Paris soon for my honeymoon and I was thinking of purchasing a bag from Polène. And we were just talking about it. And then she's like, let me show you the one I'm interested, because she doesn't really know the names of all of them. And she sent me a screenshot of this. I'm like, girl, that's the one I picked up. I'm still kind of wishy-washy on this right now, but I might sell this bag to her just because I thought this was not gonna be an issue, but I can foresee me getting annoyed with this because of the opening. Of course, that was what I was debating while I was at the store. And I was like, yeah, I can work with this. This is not a big deal. But when I got home and I was trying to put some stuff in here and just grabbing stuff out, and I was like, I don't know. I think I might be really annoyed with this, as again, this is probably a me issue just because I have very large hands. So if I maybe go like this, and then, I don't know, I just feel like my hand is gonna get scratched, which is what I originally complained about with the original Node. And here I am buying this one, thinking that it's not gonna be an issue. For her, it will probably work out just fine because she's like 5'1" and she's got the tiniest, cutest little hands, so it might not be an issue for her. But then I also am questioning how this is gonna look on her proportionately, because she is like 5'1". And for me, this is a pretty large bag, right? As a reminder, I am 5'8", usually a size medium or large, and 172 centimeters if you work on the metric system. So this is pretty significant of a bag, and the profile is relatively slim. So if you wear it as a crossbody, it looks pretty okay on my frame. But if you're kind of small, you probably want to wear this as a shoulder bag. Now, the question I got in my previous video is that everybody's considering the Node, and they're like, which version would you recommend? Honestly, now that I've thought about it, I wish I would have gotten the bucket version, even though I'm not really a bucket kind of person. They also didn't have the colors I wanted that day. So that's why I wish they had the bucket version in the burgundy color. Then I would be like, yep, that's a no-brainer. Even though it's a bucket bag, I still would have gone with that just because of the opening. It is a magnetic opening as opposed to a zipper opening. That would have worked out so well because you don't have to worry about your hand getting scraped on the zipper. And it's really easy for you to get in and out of the bag. And of course, at one open view, you can see what is in your bag without trying to look and do a telescope view of what's happening in your purse. Do I like this shape a lot more? Yes, 100%. I just wish that they did a magnet open, maybe a bigger piece right here, so that it is easily accessible. I don't know if it's because of the structure, but a lot of people complained about the zipper opening with their first version, so I don't know why they decide to do it on the second version. But then again, I'm a big person. I've got big ass hands. Maybe that's, the French people are like, we don't care. We just want to make how we want to make it, and we don't care about your big hands. So I'll have another conversation with my friend and see if she really wants to purchase this bag. If not, then I'm going to kind of hang on to it, maybe use it once or twice and see how I feel about it. And of course, keep it in immaculate condition. If she is going to pass on it, I'm going to pass on it. Then maybe I'll put it in a vlog sale or something. However, there is going to be a panic sale coming up. So I'm just gonna tease that and kind of just put it out there in case you are interested in any of the bags in my collection. Who knows which one is up for sale. So I hope this was a delightful unboxing for you, because it was for me. Let me just put a little corgi on here and see what happens. Look at how cute this is. Look at the contrast between the dark burgundy along with the light red and orange here. I guess beige, if you want to call it. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Answered a lot of questions that you had about the Node. And of course, the tips and tricks I'm teaching you if you are going abroad. I'm just sharing all of my secrets with you. But if you have any other questions, definitely drop me a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have more questions about the Polène, if you like the charm or whatever, I want to have a conversation with you, because my boyfriend's in the other room just shaking his head. It's like, how long can you film a video and talk about purses for? I'll leave you the playlist of all of the Paris hauls from previous years and trips that you may want to check out. Lots of eye candy there. As always, hit that subscribe button. I've got more epic unboxings coming up, so you won't want to miss it. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see y'all next time.